Well, a call to the ministry for me started when I got saved. And I got saved the day before my 27th birthday. And I've been attending First Baptist Church in Troy, Tennessee. And that was my home church where I grew up and got away from the Lord. And after I got saved, I started being faithful there. And my call to the ministry came on a Sunday morning. God had been dealing with me for some time. And my pastor preached about Gideon and how Gideon laid out the fleece. And I laid out the fleece, and I was running the sound system, and I just said, Lord, I've heard your call, but I want to make sure it's you. And so I laid out the fleece and said, Lord, if you want me to serve in the preaching ministry, then if this call is from you, then answer my prayer. And I'd ask him to open a door of ministry to me to share my testimony or to preach a message that he would give me. And that night I visited at another church, a sister church, and a friend of mine, friend of the family, was there preaching revival. And when I went in the door, he said, Phillip, will you share your testimony with us tonight of how you got saved? And so I saw that as the first time. And the next time that I laid out the fleece, God had given me a message, and it was in the middle of the night, and I said, Lord, if this message is from you, then remind me of that tomorrow. And the next day I looked in my Bible, and I struggled trying to find that passage of Scripture that had been so vivid in my mind, and nothing would come to me. And I worked in a factory, and that night in the factory, God brought that back to my mind. And there in my tire machine in Goodyear in Union City, I got on my knees and I said, yes, Lord, I'm ready to serve you. And since that time, I've been actively involved in the ministry. It's been a blessing. It's had some rough goes, but it's still God's call on my life. And I know that God called me.